Hello YouTube, this is Blade here. I am 22 years old from Australia, Victoria, and I'll be covering a couple of games that I enjoy playing. One of these is Hearthstone, which we're currently on, so we'll be sticking with that. I'm hoping to make more videos in future, depending on how I go. So hopefully this channel starts to get some subscribers. That way I can just keep adding more content, more videos, and get a fan base going. Anyway, I've been doing some research and I've found a couple of decks of legendary. I myself don't have too many. I've got quite a few. I'm at a happy number. Oops, if I spelt legendary correctly. There we go. Okay, so I've got the Druid one, Mage, Warrior, and then I've got a couple of other ones. I've still got a couple of ones that I want, like Bloodhoof, but I'm just sure I'll get lucky later on. Okay, so we'll just start off with the practice. Considering this is my first video on YouTube, and I'll go to my legendary. Okay, I'm just going to look away for a moment and pick one at random. And let's see how it goes. Now later on I'll be doing some kind of deck building, advice, you know, just other content that might either help newer players or existing players wanting to get their ranking up higher. My highest rank currently that I had gotten last season was rank 6. It's not the best, but I didn't push for that. I was just playing a deck for a while because I'm normally a player who enjoys playing with the arena rather than the play mode, and so that's what I was really stuck with. But now I'm getting slowly into the play mode, and hopefully I'm going to get high rank again. Okay, so being a legendary deck, there's quite a lot of high cards, value cards, hence why I've got Wild Growth, Innovates, but I've also got a couple of smaller things for when I'm at the lower mana stages, because legendary decks don't normally do that well, especially early mana, because if you play anything like a rush deck, you're looking at dying pretty early. So I had a choice there. I could have played my Fairy Dragon or I could play the Wild Growth. I went Fairy Dragon against a Shaman because, well, a lot of their spells are... a lot of their offense are spells, and this is protected by those. So now I'm going to start getting at my mana pool. So this is a permanent upgrade. I will get 3 mana next turn. So I also gain 1 mana because then every turn you gain an extra mana, so I'll have 4, plus that is 6. So I'm starting to get my mana quite high already. Now I could get it up to a Starfire, but it would be quite a waste in my opinion. So this is where legendary decks struggle a little bit. So all I can really do at this point is a swipe or a hero power, and I'm just going to hero power and save the swipe.
What does the future hold?
Okay, so we got a couple of Wind Furies, meaning they can attack twice in the same turn, which can be a bit scary when they get buffed, so you're going to have to be careful about that. And this is why I saved the swipe, because I still can't play any good cards there that are super effective. I might be able to get him out. Let's just weigh it up. No, I don't want to leave the Wind Fury up, so I'm going to get rid of them. So I target this one because it will do 4 damage, and then 1 to everything else. Okay, now I've got 1 mana left. I could bring it to 3 and bring him out, but next turn I'm able to innovate and get out my Gruul, which happens to be golden as well, which I got very lucky on a card pack with that.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
This is the kind of upgrading I was talking about. Give a minion +1/+1. On a Wind Fury, even though it's only 1 and 1, it can start getting a bit scary quite quickly. Okay, so I'm going to get my Gruul out, hoping he has not got a Hex, knowing my luck he does. But now I've got something big and scary on the board. Okay, here comes with some of the spells, and it looks like he's going to be able to ping it off, which is a shame. And he's got quite high value there. See, he's made a mistake. He should have placed that on the other side of the totem. Okay. I could probably play Hogger here, because it will give me a 2/2 taunt. It's just depending on what else I can see. If there's something a better play. Okay, I need some defense. Hogger's most likely going to die, but that's what he's in there for my deck for. One of the very few creatures that has taunt in my deck. So hopefully it knocks out one of these creatures.
Does the future hold?
So yeah, AI is not that smart. You shouldn't have attacked with the totem, because it didn't kill it. You could have played that card first. Okay, there's the almighty Deathwing. Destroys everything, and my hand as well. It's a great card when you're, you're going to die the next turn unless you play this card. Okay. He's got me quite low now, so I have to start playing a bit defensively. I haven't got much to play with at the moment. If I Harvest Golem and use Hero Power, I cannot attack this without taking damage, and I want to not take any more damage. I could Starfire something, but there's nothing huge on the field that is uber important right now, so I'm going to play the Harvest Golem, Hero Power, and just not use the attack feature. And that is what I'm worried about, a Bloodlust. With Wind Fury, it is devastating. Has he killed me? That's the question. Yes, he has. That is GG, folks. Not a great video to start off with, but that's a legendary deck for you. Most of the time, it does not win, but when it does, it's really epic. Well, we'll play one more before I conclude this video, considering I would like a win. The one cards that I did have in this deck that you had not seen yet is the Alama bots. Now, they're fantastic about bringing large mana cost minions out early, but a very high risk of dying straight away, so you gotta get a bit lucky sometimes or put them behind a taunt.
I must protect the wild.
Okay, that's what we got. So we got some good actually early plays this turn. Normally I try and get a couple of Innovate and an Alama bot. I would normally knock these things off. But because I do want to win this one, I'm going to leave these two. I'm going to knock off the Gruul and keep the Swipe. And go to Hogger instead. Okay, I think I'm just going to do the same move as last time. Normally the rule is though, if you got a 2-mana creature and you haven't got another one, don't use a coin, because next turn you got nothing to play. So I'm actually going to use that rule and end my turn.
The light protects me.
So now I've got the choice of playing the Fairy, Dragon, or I could play the Harvest Golem. And now I've got the Mana Crystal as well. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to keep the coin and use the Gain a Mana Crystal feature. Card, sorry.
Glory to the Sindor.
That is a fantastic combo and very scary early game. Gets a +3 for every shield that he absorbs. I'm not looking good straight away. Like I said, if I get a lot of strong enemies early, this deck starts to struggle. Now, to save my skin a little bit, I am going to give this card Taunt. Now, he has a full mana next turn, so hopefully he hasn't got a weapon or anything else to knock out this. Oh no. So this is what I'm talking about now. He's got two very strong minions on the field, but he's taking my minions out instead of taking my face out, so that's fine. And lucky for me, I can kill them both with a nice placed swipe. Very fortunate for me.
The light protects me.
Okay, so 6 mana. I've got some cards which I can play. And considering he only has 2 damage on the field, it's probably best to play a Hogger. Again, if he has a weapon, he will kill him, which is unfortunate. Yep, I'm going to play Hogger. No, hopefully he hasn't got another buff. That will do the same thing. if he uses the 2/1/1s, which he didn't. Lucky. This is where the AI lacks a little bit. A player would have realised what he could have done there and took out Hogger instead. Okay, so I can do an interesting play here. I could faceless manipulate a Hogger and get 2/2s, but a Consecrate, which does 2 damage to everything, would knock it out straight away. So at this point, I am going to play a Illidan, also golden.
You are not prepared.
Now, I could play a bit aggressive and attack here, or I could knock out his 4/2 or his 1/1. If I take out the 1/1, Hogger will not die, and he has that less thing to buff, so I'm going to knock it out, and I'll still get the 2/2, so hopefully the 2/2 is dealt with by the 4/2. So there's that Consecrate I was worried about, and this is good value for me because I used Hogger to kill that 1/1. Whereas he would have just died anyway. Now that secret, again, could be a bit tricky. It could be get down, as I call it, or reduce a minion's health to 1, or eye for an eye. So there's so many different things you have to watch out for here. I don't want to play Hogger and get him down to 1 health, which would be devastating for me right at the moment. So I'm going to play Fairy Dragon and see what it procs, if anything. Okay, I'm not even sure if the AI does use Redemption, which is reduce it to 1 health. Something I haven't really studied into, but I haven't seen it used just yet. Looks like he hasn't got much to play at the moment. Okay, I think I'm just going to finally just take the risk and play a Gruul. Yeah, I'll play a Gruul. Now I'm going to face a Get Down here, I believe, which will kill my 3/2. And yeah, I'm gonna save this guy and not attack. I'll show you next turn why. Again, another Consecrate, so I should have attacked in hindsight, but you can never tell in this game. Slowly whittling Gruul down, but he will gain 1 every single turn, even his turn. Alright, I'm gonna break. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of the Get Down. Now, if this is eye for an eye, I'm gonna be taking quite a lot of damage. So I'm gonna be very careful. I'm gonna pop down a Ragnaros here. Because that eye for an eye, I'm gonna take quite a lot of damage. So what I'll do is I'll play a bit more smart. I'll give my Gruul a buff, and because I faceless manipulate a buffed monster, he will also get that buff, and I'll kill his 1/1. So now I've got quite a scary amount of minions on the field. Sorry, cool. Strong minions, not sorry. They add up to be quite a lot of minions compared to what he's got on the field. He's got every single type of secret that he could possibly put down at once on. One of them is eye for an eye. So, unfortunately I can't. Oh, what I'll do is I'll get the Get Down going. So that way I can hero power. Hit him in the face. There's the redemption. And it's brought it back to the line. Huh. Okay, now I should take 1 damage. Then I can play Ragnaros without fear of him hitting me as well at the same time. And now I can do big damage. Now you have to be careful when they've got lots of minions on the field. You normally want to knock them all off because he can buff. But because I've got 2 very high taunts, I'm pretty safe at this with this setup. Now I'm looking at a very good spot in this game. And that is definitely GG. I can show you Tinkmaster Overspark 2 next turn. just so you see the mechanic of it. And there's my alarm bot, finally, a bit late in the game. Okay, so he has a chance of any minion, you can target even your own, to a 5-5 or a 1-1. So I'm either going to turn this into a 5-5 or a 1-1, and it will get rid of the shield.
This time for sure.
And it did the skrill. Lucky for me. Most of the time I do this and I get him a 5-5. That's a bit unfortunate, but you normally use this card on minions that are already 5-5 or higher, so you're not really losing out on anything. Okay, so we're just going to end this video now with this massive damage. That was a good way to end this game and this video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll definitely be bringing you some more videos. Thank you all, goodbye.